Now at 4, taxes going up, funding going down. The unexpected price we may soon be paying to plug a projected $2 billion hole in the state budget.
And the 80s are back. I'm talking the temperatures. It's 84 right now in Eagle Creek, but we're also watching the radar. I'll let you know what to expect.
Thanks, Rob. And a man accused of murder back on the streets. We're hearing from the victim's family, who believes they were victimized twice. Live from Indy, you're watching 13 News.
Good afternoon. Glad you're with us here at 4. I'm Dustin Grove.
And I'm Felicia Lawrence. Also ahead, how thousands of people are paying their respects today to Pope Francis.
I want to give you a live look here at the Vatican, where worshipers were pouring in all day as the late pontiff lies in state ahead of his funeral this weekend. As you can see, the sun has gone down. It's overnight there, but there were so many people in line that the Vatican actually decided to keep the doors open 24 hours to accommodate them all. We'll have more on that coming up in just a few minutes. Now to our other big story here at 4 o'clock. Big changes could be coming to the price you pay at the register, especially if you're a smoker.
So for the first time in 17 years, Indiana lawmakers are pushing to raise the state cigarette tax by $2 a pack. Alex Almanza joins us in studio with what this could mean for Hoosiers' health and why some advocates say this move may not go far enough.
Yeah, well, on the surface, a couple of bucks more for a pack, basically tripling the tax, is a big win for public health, and advocates say it is. Anti-smoking advocates say the tax hike is not quite where it needs to be when it comes to attempting to make tobacco less accessible for teens. Now, the idea is that higher prices discourage smoking. People do agree that this could keep thousands of kids from ever lighting up a cigarette in the first place. But here's where it gets a little complicated. The same Senate budget that raised the tax is also slashing public health funding. We're talking $40 million down from $100 million. And some anti-smoking advocates say that this means less money for programs that help people, teens especially, quit using tobacco. Now, we spoke with Tiffany Eccles of the American Lung Association today, and she says she hopes other programs can step in and help.
We're not here to hurt anybody's household by increasing the cigarette tax. We're here to provide evidence-based strategies that are proven to help people quit and proven to reduce youth initiation to tobacco.
And again, Nichols says even with the funding cuts, prevention efforts won't disappear. Programs like Quit Now Indiana and local coalitions will continue working in schools and communities. So obviously there is a public health aspect to this, but there's also that budget aspect. The lawmakers at the State House are working to plug that $2 billion funding that they need to fill up. So this is kind of a way to increase funding for them, and obviously, it's kind of a twofold approach.
Yeah, it was the first time in 17 years I think we've seen the action on the cigarette tax. So.
Yeah, so
all
big
right,
stuff.
Alex, thank you.
On to more news. The prime suspect in a Howard County murder case is out of jail today and a free man.
The charges against him were dismissed this week, not because of a lack of evidence, but because the prosecutor says he doesn't have enough staffing to handle the trial. Marina Silva reports from Kokomo.
All charges have been dropped for Kevin Maddox here in Howard County. He was charged with murder and burglary in the death of then 20-year-old Chad Rouse. This case took nearly 2 decades to investigate. Kevin Maddox was set to go to trial this week when Howard County prosecutor dismissed all charges, meaning Maddox is released from custody and is essentially free. When 13 News asked the prosecutor, he says it was due to staffing shortages. His office does not have enough people to prosecute. Those charges were dismissed without prejudice, meaning the prosecutor can still refile if he chooses. Heather Rouse is Chad's sister. She was the first person to get a call that something happened to her brother. After years of waiting for justice, she's upset that won't come.
Oh, it was like reliving that day all over again, that he passed away.
Prosecutor Mark McCann says his office currently has 11 prosecutors and he needs 23. He also told us today he's not aware of any other charges being dropped in Howard County due to staffing shortages. Reporting in Kokomo, Marina Silva, 13 News.
All right, from Kokomo to a downtown shot of Indianapolis, and as you could see, another beautiful day as the weather folks promised.
Looks like some of those clouds on the left-hand part of our screen getting a little dark, Rob.
A little ominous, and we are seeing some pop-ups here and there. We're seeing a few showers, maybe even a few thunderstorms, but they're small, they're few and far between, and most of you have just been enjoying some 80-degree temperatures, one of the warmest days we've seen so far this year. So yeah, let me show you that live picture yet again, because I want to point out that area that Dustin was talking about, the kind of left side of the screen where we do have some of those darker clouds, and mainly to the south is where we were expecting many of those storms to pop up. And as we've been watching radar, we've noticed that some of those have been able to make it to the east side of the city. I'm actually going to go jump ahead after looking at temperatures into the 70s and 80s here to the radar, because I want to show you what has been popping up. Yes, there have been some lightning strikes as this cell has just moved to the northeast side of town, but we may get a couple of pop-ups yet again. I think some of the darker areas that we're seeing on that video were some of those showers and storms, but this is going to continue moving through. It is causing some issues on the roadways, and I'll show you that here in just a moment. In the meantime, let me show you that on the wider view, you can see a couple of those showers and storms popping up closer to Bloomington. Not anticipating any severe weather at the time, but there is some lightning within these. So as we always say, when thunder roars, go indoors, because lightning can pose just as serious a threat. 80s, 84 for Eagle Creek, but it's 77 at the airport, 82 for Avon. So there's a wide variety of those temperatures. A little bit of rain cooling may have some effect here after one of those quick little downpours moves through, but I think everyone will cool back down into the 70s and only into the 60s for tonight. The cloud cover, the southwest winds, the humidity that we have in place is going to keep the temperatures on the milder side. So there's that chance of showers and storms. It is a smaller chance depending on where you are, but 60 for the overnight low. And tomorrow, not quite as warm. This is just a sign that things are about to change. We've got much higher rain chances. We've also got temperatures that aren't quite as warm as where they have been. I mentioned that it was causing a few issues on the roadways. Let me show you the traffic board because, well, there's a lot showing up on the traffic board. Just kind of too many here to go through, but I really wanted to turn your attention to 70. This is westbound towards the city. You can see we've got a semi here that has appeared to jackknife. The roadways are wet at that location, although I am unsure if weather was a contributing factor to this accident. Keep that in mind. It's got at least the left 2 lanes blocked. That's going to be a pinch point as we approach the peak of this afternoon commute. We also have wet roadways on a good number of the areas. We're also looking at 465 here. This is just going to be south of English Street. So we're looking at backups, kind of the usual suspects, but because there's been a little bit of rain, there's been a few accidents. Slow it down just a bit as we watch the volume pick up approaching the peak.
All right, Rob, thank you. The doctor will see you now in a brand new facility in Westfield.
So a ribbon cutting was actually held today at Community Health Network's new medical office building. And all of this is part of the new campus in Westfield. The 70,000 square foot building opened to patients last week, and it offers primary care, women's services, and a whole bunch more. Other buildings on campus are still under construction. Eventually, it will offer a surgery center, emergency department, and a hospital tower. The facility's project manager says it took a lot of work to transform a former call center into a medical facility.
It was big open space with a lot of cubicles. And so we have taken this, built the walls that we needed to provide it as a healthcare clinic for the community.
So the community can come out and see the new facility in person this Saturday. An open house is planned from 11 to 1. And by the way, the new hospital is expected to open in early 2027.